Welcome to the show, and welcome to Glow So Bright. Precedence is routine. Information cutoff is May 1st, 2025, 2230 Zulu. Bottom line up front. This intelligence report provides a basic overview on the Doll Squad, an independent Marxist armed group operating in the United States. The Doll Squad is an independent Marxist armed group operating in the United States, operating in the vicinity of Eugene, Oregon. They claim to be an anti-fascist, trans, self-defense collective as a counter to far-right militias. They were formed in late 2023. While their stated intent is protective, their activities bear paramilitary characteristics, raising concerns about escalation in an already volatile region. The deletion of their Instagram page, Doll Squad 161, at approximately 29 April 2025, 2300 Zulu, suggests that they have an intent to lower their public profile, potentially in response to scrutiny. This particular unit operates and trains in the force in the vicinity of Eugene, Oregon. The Doll Squad's activities, while framed as self-defense, mirror paramilitary operations in structure and intent. Their use of high-end equipment and tactics, such as night vision for example, combined with rhetoric about preparing for civil war, as per Le Parisian video, signals a readiness for conflict that transcends mere community protection. This aligns with a broader trend of societal fracture, where trust in institutions has eroded, and armed groups, left and right, fill the void. The deletion of their Instagram page suggests heightened awareness of external scrutiny, possibly from law enforcement or rival groups. But it limits OSINT collection on their current activities. The commander of the Doll Squad is Mia Rose, of approximately 33 years of age, who is identified by the individual with the pink-dyed hair. The group's political beliefs are that they claim to be anti-fascist, and their ideology, agenda, and IFF indicators are that revolving around anarcho-queer and transgender identity. While in archived and cached social media, they will tag themselves as Antifa. They do not appear to be directly connected to any particular Antifa chapter, however. The Doll Squad views the state, as well as non-state groups such as far-right groups such as the 3% militias, as a threat. Similarly, they have viewed the actions of Kyle Rittenhouse as a threat, and one of the members moved from Kenosha, Wisconsin, over to Eugene, Oregon, as a motivation to join the group. Mia, the commander, claims that America is a fascist institute, calling both Donald Trump of the GOP party, as well as Joe Biden of the Democrat Party, as fascists. They view the United States as a whole as a fascist institution. This would lead to a much bigger question. How does the Doll Squad view anyone who supports or believes in the ideals of the United States Constitution? From state forces such as the military or possibly law enforcement, to non-state entities like constitutional militias, prepper groups, and private citizens. The rise of groups like the Doll Squad are a symptom of a decaying social contract, where identity politics and institutional failure drive citizens to arm themselves. This isn't just about transgender individuals protecting their community. It is a microcosm of a nation arming up as trust in law enforcement and governance collapses. The left's embrace of firearms, once a taboo, mirrors the right's militia culture, creating a dangerous symmetry. Both sides are playing with fire in a tinderbox, and the state's inability to address root causes and issues such as economic despair, cultural division, only fuels the cycle. The Doll Squad's actions, while understandable in a vacuum, risk normalizing armed vigilantism, a path that leads to chaos, and not resolution. The Doll Squad is a platoon-sized element with an estimated size of 15 to 25 members. They seem to be self-funded and equipped with pushes for standardization of equipment. Prominent members of the unit, including Mia, identified as Lee, JJ, and Eve, are equipped with a standardized selection of equipment. Other members featured in media, on the other hand, would seem to be sparsely equipped, only with more inexpensive weapons such as pistols and shotguns and not having armor, uniforms, or load-bearing equipment. The equipment of the Doll Squad strives to standardize for what would be modern small arms as well as combat equipment with night fighting capabilities. If we take a look at Mia, for example, this individual is equipped with a 5.56 caliber AR-15 short-barrel rifle, equipped with a Holosun 515 red dot sight, IR laser, suppressor, surefire scout light, and is based off of a Palmetto State Armory stripped lower receiver. There is a Glock 9mm pistol equipped with a Holosun 509T red dot sight and an underslung weapon-mounted light, which is holstered in a Safariland 6000 series ALS retention holster. There's also an OpsCore bump helmet with dual analog Gen 3 night vision binoculars and with recording and comms capabilities. Mia, like the rest of the unit, would equip themselves with similar weaponry, albeit with slightly worse or cheaper versions. AR-15s equipped with optics, white lights, and standardized sidearms with Glock 9mm holsters being the most common pattern out there. The unit standardizes in wearing multicam as a uniform camouflage pattern, standardizing in AR-15 pattern firearms chambered in 5.56, as well as 9mm Glocks. This would enhance logistics streamlining as well as squad interoperability, with at least 4 members of the unit having fully standardized equipment and arms. The group also has basic motorized capabilities with sedans. There hasn't been any indications of specialized or enhanced vehicles like SUVs, pickup trucks, or dirt bikes. As a result, they seem to be limited to function as a light infantry unit or be limited to improved roads. They are a low to moderate immediate threat. Doll Squad's activities are localized, with no evidence of offensive operations or imminent attacks. Their focus remains defensive, but their protest engagements increase the risk of flashpoint incidents. However, due to them deleting their own Instagram page at approximately August 29th, 2300 Zulu during the Ron Stryker livestream with Glow So Bright and Security Guy 42, a constitutional militia figurehead, discussing the group as well as other armed Marxist groups, this indicates that key leadership monitors constitutional militia and prepper adjacent activities. For the long-term threat, they are moderate. Their paramilitary-style training and rhetoric could inspire similar groups, escalating tensions in Oregon and beyond. Their emphasis on the refinement of group tactics and standardization of equipment would have the likely potential of the group to have serious capabilities against rival factions. Confrontations with far-right militias, political events such as post-election unrest, or law enforcement crackdowns could push the group towards more aggressive actions. Unlike military intelligence reports, which rely on protected and proprietary information, open source intelligence requires transparency of their sources to display credibility. The Doll Squad was reported on by left-leaning French press. An article written in 2024 by Ouest France by L. Courboulet, as well as a video published on October 28, 2024 by La Parisienne, et de poupées se préparer à la guerre civile aux États-Unis. They also have a Instagram page, or they formerly had an Instagram page, with the handle @doll_squad161. 161 is, in punk culture, number code for anti-fascist. There are intelligence gaps related to this particular unit, such as their current operational status, especially since the self-deletion of their Instagram account. So in conclusion, the Doll Squad represents a growing trend of armed self-defense groups born from societal distrust and ideological divides. While their intent appears to be rooted in survival, their paramilitary-style operations and Civil War rhetoric risk escalating tensions in an already polarized Oregon. What sets them apart from other armed groups is their emphasis on refining squad-level tactics, as well as equipment standardization. The deletion of their Instagram page suggests a shift towards operational secrecy, complicating OSINT efforts. Stay vigilant stay prepared, and question the narratives driving us towards conflict. This report on the Doll Squad is brought to you by Glow So Bright at May 1st, 2025 at 22:30 Zulu.